23rd July, we have Saint Bridget. Born in 1303 to parents who were close to the royal family, Bridget's mother died when she was very young and she was brought up by an aunt. As a 7-year-old girl, she had a vision where the Virgin Mary put a crown on her head. When she was 10 years old, she saw the crucified Christ in a vision for the first time. For these early days, Bridget became devoted to God's service with the passion of Christ at the center of her devotion. Bridget wanted to enter a convent, but when she was 14, she was married off to a court man, Ulf. They lived happily together for 28 years and had 8 children, 4 sons and 4 daughters. She also took care of some unmarried women with children. Bridget became lady-in-waiting to Blanche of Namur, the wife of King Magnus Eriksson of Sweden. She exerted a strong religious influence over her husband, and when their youngest son died in 1340, they went on pilgrimage to Santiago de Compostela. Ulf died shortly after their return. After her husband's death, Bridget sensed Christ calling her to found a new religious order. She called it the Order of the Most Holy Saviour and had a double monastery for both nuns and priests. The voice in her visions gave very specific directions about the numbers of nuns who engaged in scholarship and art work, and the priests, deacons, and brothers. To establish a new convent rule, Bridget set out in 1349 with her daughter Katharina for Rome to seek papal approval. The Pope at this time was living at Avignon in France. She spent many years at a house in Piazza Farnese in Rome, given to her by a cardinal. Along with Saint Catherine of Siena, she worked hard to get the Pope to move back to Rome. Urban V eventually agreed in 1367 and approved the Bridgetine rule in 1370. She was an outspoken voice against many abuses. In 1371, Bridget set out accompanied by her daughter Katharina and her 2 sons on a pilgrimage to Jerusalem. One son, Charles, died at Naples. But despite many difficulties, Bridget and the other 2 went on to visit the holy places. When they arrived back in Rome early in 1373, she was already ill and died in her house at Piazza Farnese on 23rd July. 4 months later, her children, Birger and Katharina, brought her remains back to Vadstena. There are many stories about miracles that happened along the road. Pope Boniface IX canonized her in 1391. She is the only Swedish saint. In pictures showing her, we also see the pen, the ink bottle, and the revelations. In 1999, Pope John Paul II made her, along with Saint Catherine of Siena and Sister Teresa Benedicta Edith Stein, one of 3 co-patronesses of Europe. He praised her firstly as a lay woman doing charitable work with her husband, her gifts as a teacher at court in Stockholm, her pilgrimage to Compostela, and then her work as a religious founding an important order. The largest branch of the Bridgetine order today is the one that was founded in Rome in 1911 by Swedish convert to Catholicism, Elisabeth Hasselblad. It was fully approved by the Holy See on the 7th July 1940 and currently consists of convents in Europe, Asia, North America. The mother house is in Piazza Farnese, in the house where Bridget once lived. Mother Thekla Familjetti, who has headed the order since 1979, was among those at the bedside of Pope John Paul II when he died.